Is Toyota finally waking up to the fact that electric cars is the future? I'm not making any promises, but it might look that way. I'll tell you why and what's going on and how it's going to affect Toyota and other manufacturers moving forward. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. Don't forget to subscribe, but first, let me just give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Frank Asada. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community, for supporting my show, to stay independent, and for me to do this full time for you guys. Patreon.com/E4Electric is where you can go watch me live and support my show. So thank you very much for that. All right, so literally, this video went live today with this thumbnail because this is the second time in the last 2 months where Toyota's executives, now this is my thumbnail, right? Toyota's executives literally said that we're definitely not into electric cars. It's too expensive. People don't want them. Like, literally, I feel like it's 1995. And it's true. As you know, actions speak louder than words. They don't really have a viable electric car out there. Mirai is a joke, obviously, and this Prius is kind of also a joke. 25 miles, plug-in hybrid. Never really tried to do anything with the range there. And usually when we talk about how serious manufacturers are about electric cars, we usually try to follow the money, right? Are they investing into the supply chain, research and development, factories, partnerships, and so forth? And Toyota's done none of that, really. Essentially, they said, yeah, electric cars, that sounds maybe kind of, but we don't know. Now, it does look like they are going to be entering a partnership. It looks like next week they're going to partner up with Panasonic. As you know, this is a provider of, they already provide batteries for their Priuses, Prius Primes, right? Tiny little batteries, but Panasonic is a big partner for Tesla, has been for a long time. They obviously have a partnership with their Gigafactory 2 in Buffalo, New York. But this deal is kind of major because here's what's going to happen. Toyota and Panasonic are going to form this joint venture. Toyota's going to own 51% of it, and the rest, 49%, is going to be on Panasonic. So Toyota is really going to have a controlling package, as they say. So be in control of this. And here's the thing. They're not really going to be creating new factories. The 5 facilities that Panasonic already has in China and Japan are going to be kind of moved to this joint venture. So I don't quite understand what Panasonic is really getting out of it. Now, the partnership with Tesla is not going to be touched, but the new facility, well, the new old facilities are going to be benefiting Toyota. Now, is this a sign that they're actually saying we might be developing electric cars? Okay, well, let's talk about it. Before that, let me really quickly remind you guys that this video on this channel is sponsored by the Starman Gifts, the home of the adventures of Starman. There's a discount in the description of this video. I always keep my copy right here. You should get yours as well. There are quite a few other interesting things you guys can browse around, and that discount is good for everything in that store. So check that out. All right, so Panasonic, and by the way, this is their stand. This is their display, one of them, actually at the CES where I just went, and there are quite a few different videos and reports on my channel. Now, looks like Toyota is really going to benefit from this deal more than Panasonic. As a matter of fact, I would even assume that this is a step back for Panasonic because they're losing their factories, essentially, their facilities. Now, this also means that all this time, like a lot of people said, you know what, Toyota is just waiting it out. They're just kind of like waiting to see it, but they're secretly working on this amazing technology, and they're gonna just spray it on us any second now. Well, obviously they weren't looking at working on this technology if they need this partnership, because that means they got nothing going on whatsoever, which is bad, but at the same time, it could be good. Like, as much as I really dislike them dragging their feet and dragging everybody back here, if they want to enter this race and produce some really good cars, which this one is not, I welcome them. The more the merrier. Obviously, Toyota at some point, I really consider them being one of the leaders in this industry, and now they're not. So maybe. again, don't quite get it, the Panasonic thing. Oh, by the way, so these facilities will also be providing the batteries for Mazda, which is kind of a partner brand, and what is it, Subaru? Yeah, Subaru, so which is one of the Toyota subsidiaries. I guess that kind of makes sense. Not really sure why bring Mazda along, but I guess, hey, if you can sell extra batteries to another brand that you're already in partnership with, that does kind of make sense. So, by the way, 2020 is when they're targeting this. I can't, don't, I mean, I know it's next year, but I don't, why not now? Like, why not now? The factory is already there, right? So the facility is already there. Why not just get going right now? Because, if it's going to kick in 2020, then when are you producing those cars? 2021, 2022? That's kind of down the road. Listen, it's good that they're actually waking up and doing this finally, but I'm not really quite sure if they're still understanding the timeline and how important it is. That is, yeah. So, good news, bad news, right? The good news that they're finally doing something about this, and they're realizing that the future is electric. And I don't mean the hydrogen fuel cell electric. I mean like battery power electric. They are also going to be developing a solid state batteries, so which is also seems to be the future of the batteries in general, not just for cars but for consumers as well. So that's good to hear. Again, don't quite understand how this is going to work for Panasonic, but I'm going to assume they know something I don't. Let me know in the comment section if you know something that I don't know. I'm interested to know. And would you buy a Toyota if they finally come up with an electric car, or that brand is kind of gone in your mind like it is in mine? Looking forward to that. Other than that, see you next time. And remember to stay charged.